Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of A Little Bit of This. I'm Xavier,
I'm Isaiah.
And I am Angel.
and today's episode, we have a very special guest star with us. We're all excited to have Ashley Matlock on set today.
Hi, everybody.
This is a milestone for the podcast. We've never had a guest before.
Exactly.
Well, it's my honor to be here, guys.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, Ashley's married to Isaiah. Fun facts out there. Ooh. So we're very excited to have Ashley because we're going to talk about a fun subject that at least I know Isaiah has no clue about.
Not to be confused with every other subject that we
Not
talk
to be confused about everything else we've talked about. But we're going to be talking about influencers and that whole world because it's a doozy. It is a doozy. I'm going to start off. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you know influencers? A two-part question. A, what pops into your head when you think of an influencer? And then, can you think of any modern ones? Do you know now? So, Angel, what's an influencer to you?
This is a very foreign subject for me. I only know that they have to do with social media. In my head, when I think of an influencer, I think of someone who hasn't really, produced anything, notable of their own, but they have just, come into the world as someone popular on this platform. But I don't know if that's true. That's just, what I have been, led to believe. And then, no, I really don't know if I see or follow anybody on any of these things that are what you could call influencers. I'm learning today.
Yeah. On my side of it, when I hear influencer, so what's the divide in school, maybe, because I don't know. What's the divide between someone who's just famous for being famous and someone who's an influencer? Is it just an influencer actually tries to sell you on something and the other doesn't? Is that the line in the sand?
Not fully. I mean, that can happen with both. If you look at... Because back in the day, it was people famous for being famous. There are a lot of those just celebrity types. They've just always been famous for whatever reason. That's just them. That's kind of what they do. I think with more of an influencer, it really has to tie down more the social media aspect. That's the word influence, that you have this whole new crowd that maybe those people didn't have before. The fact that you have an instant crowd too, versus you've got to wait for everyone else to report on you. It's that you're the one putting it out there versus a paparazzi or something. Okay. You're just spitting it all out.
So would the Kardashians be influencers?
Now they are, yeah.
Okay,
You could say it, but at first
but not at the beginning.
Not the beginning, because it was they had influence, but it's evolved. They've mastered that too. They know how to work. Kris Jenner, she knows how to make those girls everything. But yeah, now I would consider them influencers. But I think when you think influencers, it's definitely there's a younger crowd that I think people will gravitate towards now.
Okay. Interesting.
We're right outside of that.
I know. I'm not right outside. I'm not.
I also think of Twitter, I suppose.
Twitter's a really good place for influencers too.
And that's a place that I am not a part of. So it's very much far removed from that. So I don't know.
Twitter's where you want to fight at.
Okay.
But what about you, Ashley? What do you think of when you think of an influencer? Who do you imagine, or who do you know? I think of this person or this person.
Well, I think specifically I'm more into the beauty community, I would say, or food stuff, those kind of things. So in the beauty community, I would specifically say Tati Westbrook, or unfortunately James Charles.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about that.
That's the guy who looks like he
A
shouldn't be a
ghost.
real person, right? Yeah. Yeah, I said it.